light blue and white
This is the
trim
East
coming in from
Region-
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Region Finals.
Bobcats in their gray
Holy
uniforms.
Family's in the
with
black,
pink
Daemen
numbers
in
of trim
the
coming in from Amherst,
gray.
New York. The NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championship.
Holy Family lost to Daemen earlier this year.
Who is heading to
66,
Pittsburgh
61.
into the Elite Eight?
They said-
It's a Sweet 16 here on the campus of Southern Connecticut State University. And on the opening tip,
Daemen number 3 seed. Holy Family number 5 seed.
and can't get the
Ah, yes.
Montgomery. Here comes Holy Family. And a D3. Off the mark. Neither squad able to get going early, but going up, skying for the offensive board there was Hinkle, goes out of bounds.
Holy Family's trying to win the first
Squads feeling each other out once again here, Steve.
Yeah,
East Region Championship
Daemen's propensity to
since
force turnovers and Holy Family's requirement to keep the basketball, but let's also
2008,
mention
I
that Holy Family is one of the
believe.
best rebounding teams in the country, plus 12 per game, and they give up the fewest points per game in Division II, so they can defend too.
Well, Buntley tries to get in there at 8. Buntley leading the squad and scoring this season 17.1 points per outing, good for third in the ECC. But we're scoreless here, 30 seconds into the opening frame of the Women's Basketball Championship.
So this
East
is
Round
gonna be a fun game, guys.
Underneath, the first bucket goes for Buntley, the 5'10 sophomore out of New York.
Daemen third appearance in the
Dogging Skylar Searfoss and forcing the first
East
turnover.
Region Finals in
Montgomery shows up in the biggest games when they
2
need
years.
a quiet game.
His Holy Family second, back to back.
Win over Bentley.
They made the
Lots of
East
pressure
Region
goes
Finals.
Just the depth on their bench. And you
So-
see early on, Daemen was applying the full
Both
court
teams are
pressure
very
here
good,
early,
very well
and getting rejected is
coached.
Doherty, as I mentioned, 21 points, 16 boards, 2 blocks over her last 2 outings. Really had her best outing against Assumption in the opening round. 17 points, 10 boards for the double-dub. 2 double-doubles already on this season as Searfoss, someone you highlighted, kicks it back over, and the lid is on the basket, but Hinkle with the putback. Already 2 offensive boards for Holy Family, but no points.
This is the same way they started out Saturday.
Commanding a 4-point lead here. They're 1 for 2 from the floor here today, and going deep inside. Can't get the hoop, can't get but gets the harm is Shiloh Montgomery, the 5'6" senior guard out of Brockton, Massachusetts.
So as well as an honor for the teams to be here, it's an honor for the officials to be doing a regional championship game. And officials today, Caitlin Adams.
This is the same way they started Saturday. They started off slow. In the second half, they came out hot.
Team on the floor.
So-
We also want to have a good game as well.
Absolutely, we all do. Montgomery, a 54% free throw shooter.
They're up and 30 out by
That's the one hole in her
only
game.
2-0.
That's the one hole in her game. When she's on her game, she's attacking the basket, drawing contact, and drawing fouls. If she can make free throws, which she
Oh, Taylor ankle.
This is the 2 freebies there. Daemen,
Oh, yes.
best in their conference in free throw shooting, and right back at you. Holy Family knocks this one up at 2 apiece. Almost 2 minutes here into the opening quarter.
I mean, that play was all about Hinkle. You saw her ability. Rebounded it, took it up the floor, made the pass, and got the assist.
Well, Kalanja a little too hot to handle. That one goes out of bounds off of Sophie Auer. And Holy Family, after falling behind 2-0 here to open the first quarter, can take their first lead of this ball game. Holy Family 1 for 5 from the floor, missed their only shot from 3-point range as well. They give it over to Carter. Carter, dribble drive inside, kicks it back out. Open look. Butter!
Oh, yeah.
And tickle the twine as Kara Meredith, the 6'4".
Meredith for 3.
Pennsylvania.
Been a fairly quiet regional for Meredith, but she was left wide open there.
I love
Generally
this
doesn't
guy.
go home with shots like that.
Yeah, the
Meredith took advantage.
Dan Tiger's third best team in the ECC in 3-point shooting.
Oh, whoa, good try.
It was Daemen, fast break opportunity up the floor once
Oh,
again.
yes, good.
Back over there, superstar Carter.
Way to keep it in bounds.
Meredith all alone.
Kara
Kicks off the
Meredith
window.
for
Here
2.
comes the Philadelphia Kids, Holy Family.
Well, again, that's to me.
I'm sure
that's
it's
all about
Archbishop
Hinkle.
Wood.
Her awareness on the floor, her
I
ability
think.
to make the pass, breaking through the Daemen defense.
Montgomery tries to take it inside, gets going to get charged for the foul. So after Daemen came out with a 2-0 lead. It has been all Holy Family ratcheting up the defense, holding tight with the Wildcats scoreless over the last 2 minutes and 7 seconds on the 7-0 run as they look to add to that total here. It's using their first double-digit.
You guys, just look over my YouTube channel. Wednesday, March
15 seconds left on the shot clock. Good ball movement here by Holy Family. Something they do so well.
At 8 a.m.
Hinkle with 9 on the shot clock. 1-on-1. Gets the pick. Hinkle from the wing. That's going to be an air ball, but an offensive rebound on the first one for Daemen, and the putback is good. How about Searfoss?
Searfoss for 2.
I don't think that Daemen head coach Nate Buell is thrilled with his team's defensive rebounding. That's a plus. That's an advantage for Holy Family, and they're mining that territory.
Yeah, already 3 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds for Holy Family. They've been the Windex women, as you mentioned, tops 46 boards per outing, and it's all Holy Family here early in the first, up by 7.
Yeah, we're seeing Hinkle more as a primary ball handler for Holy Family.
Yeah, Hinkle's held scoreless thus far. Only attempted 1 shot, but she has 2 boards and an assist as well.
Holy Family, they got a fan. They got a bus for the fans.
Montgomery. The floor
They left today at 2 o'clock.
The floor.
They won't get home until 4 o'clock tonight.
Chapman launches a 3.
I'm thinking about going, but
and there's a lid on the basket for Daemen right now. 0 for 2 from beyond the arc.
I have no way to get back home.
4 threes all year. Holy Family will take that every day.
And they're going to be going back down low. The hoop, the harm. Claire Doherty, who has just stepped up significantly here in the tournament. How about the 6'1" senior out of Lehman, Pennsylvania?
Ball movement was absolutely outstanding. And Nate Buell's seen enough. He has to take an early timeout.
I thought it was going to be the opposite here today. The Daemen Wildcats over their last championship right after this. 1 for 4 from the floor.
7-2 in rebounds as well. So Holy Family are taking advantage of their biggest attribute on the offensive glass. And we'll see what Daemen does offensively. They've got to get some rhythm. They haven't had much rhythm offensively.
Well, speaking of keeping the glass squeaky clean, you called it right there. They get the offensive board right after that call.
That is a cardinal sin to give up an offensive rebound on a missed free throw. And right now, Holy Family's
everyone just goes to Pittsburgh for the Elite 8.
They're not afraid of Daemen. There's secrets here. They played each other
March
twice in the last
24th to the 28th.
It's just a matter of executing your scouting report.
Yeah, the Wildcats down the Tigers 66-61 in November of 2025 in Amherst, New York.
That's what they said.
A while. The last 20 meeting, the second seeded Daemen fell to the third seeded Holy Family 68-55 in last year's East Regional semifinals on a neutral floor as well. And a nice, like a hot knife through butter, can't connect, but running down that offensive board is Rapasso.
Julian Raposo had 2 outstanding games already this week.
Holy Family's coming out with a high energy tonight. Let's go.
Another board now in double digits is Holy Family with 10.
There's no second chances for Daemen. Their shooting isn't good enough to sustain it if they can't get those extra possessions. And right now, they've got to find a way to stop Holy Family at this end.
15 seconds left on the shot clock. 4:35 left here in the opening quarter. Holy Family looking for that double-digit lead of the ball game. That one's not going to
Oh!
And that looked like to be off the hands of the
Ball.
ground. Or excuse me, that
Tigers ball.
So that goes off the hands of Pikett. They're going to reset that shot clock and set the inbound is Searfoss. Meredith, the leading scorer right now, tickling the twine. Meredith once again. The second triple of the ball game for Holy Family.
This is reminiscent of the Mercy Bentley game. Mercy scored the first 2. Bentley scored the next 21. And we played the last 35 minutes because we had to.
It is a 14-0 run. Trying to stop all that. Pikett can't get it to fall. Now, Daemen 0 for 3 from beyond the arc.
Relax, Tigers, relax.
It has just been tenacious defense for Holy Family and some incredible shooting. Meredith leading the way with 8 points in this one. She also has an assist in a team tying high 6 minutes of play. Doherty has 4. Carter with 2. While Daemen held scoreless for all 5.5 minutes.
I think if you watch Daemen in this regional, if not all season, you're seeing a team get deep penetration, dribble penetration.
I know Holy
against them, which is
Father's
something
going to
that
win this.
Almost never happens. Barely.
I know they
happened
will.
When Daemen got the better of Bentley.
I'm not
Holy
jinxing
Family
them, I
is
know they
spreading
will.
the floor. They're finding gaps. Searfoss is getting inside the foul line consistently, and when Holy Family does that,
That's a
Daemen
special
just
team,
rotate
Holy
with enough
Family.
to stop them.
Well, Fontanillo, 58% free throw shooter, cans of both. She's been also working it on the defensive end here in the tournament. 4 steals over our last 2 outings. Played her ball Raritan Valley Community College, 12th in the
Cannot believe they're up by this
ECC
many
steals
in the
per
first
outing,
quarter.
gets a
I'm
vote
not
there. And it
expecting
is
to
a
be up by
14-point
14.
cushion. But getting that one to go.
Well, 12. I didn't expect them to be up by 12 in the first.
That's a nice slicey move by Pickett.
Middle of the first quarter.
They haven't got much from Buntley here. They got the early basket, but she's barely touched the ball since
She
then.
hasn't taken another shot since then. She's a perfect 1-for-1 from the floor, but she hasn't taken a shot.
Nice.
And a big save there. Just
Way to
just
keep it in
Holy
bounds,
Family just
Tigers.
hustling at this point.
Go,
12
go.
boards, 6 on the offensive end. Deep 3.
Oh,
In and out into the hands of Pickett. Pickett's going to take it up herself. She's got a good handle as well. Looking for a place to go inside. Looking to take over the hoop. The harm. Pickett back-to-back buckets.
wow.
They're calling that one a charge. I got excited there for Daemen.
And Pickett just trying to force the issue. Ran into 3 defenders. That usually doesn't end well.
No
It's
bad.
a squat on her shoulders. Pickett.
It's a charge with Daemen. Wow.
For Daemen thus far. Daemen 2 for 8 from the floor here today. Haven't hit any of their 3 attempts from beyond the arc. While Holy Family shooting 40% from the floor and 2 for 5 from downtown. But they're going to keep going.
Oh,
Early and
yeah.
often. Skylar Carter with that one.
All right, that's Hinkle bringing it up
18 to
herself.
4.
So they're taking Montgomery out of the picture as a defender, allowing Hinkle to bring it up, and there's no help. It's a great feed inside.
Another 3 ball. Now 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Our Holy Family, our Daemen. And Daemen, 5th best.
Yeah,
3-point shooting.
I love this wrinkle from Lakaitis to have other players besides Searfoss bring the ball up. So you don't have
Holy
Raposo or
Family.
Montgomery consistently defending the ball.
And you see
Holy
the
Family's
depth now.
coaches,
You
you
know,
got it.
handling the rock. It's going to be tough for Daemen to get back into this one. Holy Family just has such a deep roster. But that one's going to be tipped away and ends up in the hands of Holy Family. Looked like the feet were out of bounds.
Well, I mean, Daemen's not going to panic here. They know it's a long game and plenty of time. This is actually a reversal of the early part of the game last year in the regional semifinal when it was Daemen that had an early 9-point lead. Holy Family rallied, of course, to win that game. They actually led by halftime. So
The Holy Family beat
experienced
Daemen
teams,
last year.
experienced coaches,
75.
they're not going to worry about the score at this point. They just want to play their game, and Daemen's got to find a way to get some offense.
Can't get any there as well. You're right, Daemen Wildcats won a fifth straight ECC title on Sunday. 2 Sundays ago, defeating the second seed team. As that one is off. And talk about Holy Family 20-0 in their conference, becoming the 8th women's basketball team in the league in Division II era.
20-0 they went. Holy Family were undefeated for the regular season.
Championship. You almost feel like
And
they're on a mission. They lost their championship game. They're like,
ended
you know
up
what? If we
losing
can't win
to
our conference
Felician
championship game,
in
we're going
the
all the way to
conference
Pittsburgh to win it all.
championship. But
Both
for the
of
regular
us felt
season,
that
they
experience
did go
last year. They
20
went
and
to the
0.
regional final.
So-
You can't buy that sort of experience. There's Daemen and what they do well. Trap across half court. That's not where you want to pick the ball up.
Trying to stop this, cool off this
Not on.
18-2 run. They get their second offensive board of the ball game. Raposo hands back over to Montgomery. Montgomery with 12 on the shot clock, coming up on a minute left here in the first. Daemen took that 2-0 lead. It has been all Holy Family since, but high off the window is Charlotte Montgomery, the 5'6" senior guard out of Brockton, Mass. See why she's won the all ECC team this season.
This team is on fire.
Here, 20-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Yeah, let's see if you can manage it here and get a 2-for-1 maybe.
Hinkle can't get that
Come on,
3
Cal,
ball.
you gotta do better than that.
Fast break opportunity for Daemen. Kicks it back over and Raposo back-to-back buckets here after Montgomery got hers. And cut that lead down to just 10.
Now, Raposo had a career high 15 against Felician. put up 12 in the semifinal, so she's feeling it right now.
10-point cushion, though, as ripping that one away is Montgomery. Montgomery, nice dime back down, and they're going to call another charge. So
What a fantastic defensive play by Amy. Saw that Montgomery got up in the air, read the eyes that she was going to make the pass, got outside the circle and held her ground.
Yeah, Amy on the 2026 CACC All-Tournament team. Played her high school at Upper Dublin. Coming in from Pennsylvania. The Keystone State are the Tigers as they look to inbound here. 10.8 seconds left on the shot clock. Excuse me, left in the quarter. Shot clock is off. And some tight defense being played here by Daemen, and they're going to get called for a personal.
What a mistake that is. You're over the limit, 2.5 seconds left. There's no imminent danger, and you're going to give Holy Family a couple of free throws. That's very un-Daemen-like.
Like you said, Amy now going to head to the charity stripe. 76% free throw shooter on the season, averaging just a shade under 6 points per outing and 2.5 boards. Almost dishes out to 2 dimes this season, but she's 12th in the CACC in 3-pointers per game with 1.2.
There we go.
Your cushion now for Holy Family, who are tops in the CACC in free throw shooting. You don't want to put them on the line, Steve.
Definitely not. And those are 2 points that Daemen could easily have avoided.
So it's going to be a desperation heat for Daemen at the buzzer. Got it all, but no good. And we head.
First quarter, Holy Family 20, Daemen 8.
We're going to send from the floor our Holy Family and trying to get that easy shot inside was Karen Meredith, but here comes Daemen. Look to chip away at this one. 30 seconds in to the second quarter. It was all Holy Family after the tip, trailed 2-0, but they are enjoying a huge cushion here as Buntley gets her second bucket of the ball game. Look, she's 2 for 2, but she's not taking a lot of shots, Steve.
Yeah, she had a great game against Holy Family the first time they met this season, 27 points. And double forces a turnover. Searfoss swearing at herself.
Well, you see the defense stepping up for Daemen. That's what I thought coming into this one. 30 steals. That's right, Steve. Watch your wallet. 30 steals in their last 2 ball games here in the tournament. They're starting to apply the full court pressure and methodically trying to chip this way down to single digits with under 9 minutes remaining before the half. And looking for their first 3 ball off the mark now. Daemen just 0 for 6 from downtown.
And Fontanillo, a 24% three-point shooter. Again, Holy Family more than happy to see her try her luck from there.
Hinkle with the rock. Goes back over to Searfoss. Searfoss gets the roll inside and just dominating in the paint now. A dozen in the blocks for Holy Family.
Her physicality and her ability not to be sped up most times means that she's effective against a Daemen defense that likes to get outside and put pressure on, especially from the backside. Once she gets under the foul line, Daemen has trouble stopping her.
And coming in, you looked at the score as you see Jolene once again, the 5'3" senior guard from Tampa, get that one to go. But you looked at Searfoss, and if you just looked at her stats casually, you would say, yeah, this is not going to be a score anybody really have to worry about. Just a shade over 5 points per outing, but she has just come alive, including that 23-point outing against top-seeded Southern.
Yeah, keep in mind, she is 6th in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio. Coming into this game in the regional, 7 assists and just 1 turnover. So she provides that calmness and that poise that the Tigers need.
And she stepped up her offensive game. Carter for 3. That one rattles off into the hands of Chapman. Here come the Wildcats. They haven't got a free ball. From the elbow off the front of the rim, but a great offensive rebound. Fontanillo ends up into the hands here of Holy Family as they look to push the rock. Hinkle. 7:32 left here before the half. Nice time downside. You're just seeing wide open looks underneath the basket for Holy Family.
Jordy just didn't get the shoulder squared and rushed the shot just a touch.
And she's performing really well. 14 games in double digits this season, including 18-point high, 21 points, 16 boards, 2 blocks here in the tournament thus far. She had her best game against Assumption, 17 and 10 for the double-dub.
Yeah, if you're a Daemen fan, you know your team isn't playing particularly well, but you look up, and it's only a 10-point game. And we still have 7+ minutes left in the second quarter. So there's more than enough time for them to settle and get things turned in the direction they want.
11 seconds left on the shot clock. Chapman. Been a little in the basket for Daemen. After they hit 4 of their last 5 opportunities from the floor. The defense stepping up here with 20 on the shot clock. Carter.
Really no good.
Into the
Yes,
hands of
it's a
Doherty.
rebound.
That is the 8th offensive rebound for Holy Family. They are just dominating on the glass here.
And I think Doherty's a little bit gassed because you've seen a couple of times here that she just can't quite finish it after the offensive rebounds. The foul on Searfoss going the other way.
But look, like you said, Daemen's still in this one.
Oh, yeah.
They're only trailing by 10, 6:42 remaining here in the second. Plenty of time. They just need to settle down, get a better percentage from the floor. Just shooting 31.6 here and going underneath. They're going to call the travel. So every time you see Daemen go down low, you see that Holy Family defense just collapse.
Yeah, Holy Family trusts themselves to defensive rebound, even if the numbers work the other way. So they'll make that double. They'll jump in and try to force somebody into a mistake, knowing that they trust a single rebounder on the weak side if a shot goes up.
20 seconds left on the shot clock. 6:20
He's
left
having a great season.
before the half. Doherty.
David had a great
That one
season
back
too,
over to
bro.
Meredith. They're going to go down low.
No matter
Trying to
what.
ball move, but steal.
He's had a great season.
30 steals coming into this one. They pick up their 6th of the ball game. Does Daemen. Trying to get that lead down to just single digits. Let's see Buntley being as aggressive, the leading scorer and rebounder for the program. Raposo.
Now, she's shown the ability to get into the paint and finish. So I don't mind the miss there. Obviously, that's a foul on Raposo.
I was looking at the height advantage, Steve. I mean, Holy Family has the height advantage. 3 Tigers, 6 feet tall, 2 at 6'1". Wildcats, 3 players 6 foot or taller. But you're seeing some of the smaller players, like you mentioned, Jolene, 5'3", taking it inside amongst the trees.
Yeah, I mean, that's all about leverage and dribble penetration. Officials here are discussing if that was an intentional foul or maybe a flagrant foul, because Raposo was really grabbing, almost bear hugging Skylar Searfoss in that situation. And so it's worth a conversation. I wouldn't be surprised if they are calling that intentional. There was no intent on playing the basketball at all. That was not a basketball play, and that's why they had the conversation. So they'll need free throws plus the ball.
So Doherty picks up her first, and it's a big one with the intentional foul here with Holy Family up by double digits. Daemen took that 2-0 lead. It has been all Holy Family since. Both teams, though, on a little bit of cold streak. Daemen hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes and 28 seconds, while the last 2:52, Holy Family hasn't been able to make a bucket.
No. I mean, we've talked about defense when it comes to turnovers, rebounding. It's all about the defense for these two teams. In fact, the whole regional has been all about defense. So it's not as much a case
Yes,
of
Skyler.
as it is the defenses forcing the offenses to be uncomfortable, and both teams are capable of that.
Yeah, they're the top 2 defenses in their respective conferences. Holy Family only allowed 15.4 points per outing, good for first in the CACC. On the ECC side, Daemen only allows opponents at 56.7 points per outing this entire season. 5:42 remains, and it's a 12-point lead, pushing it back up to a dozen. And look, you get the free throws, and you also get the ball back. A big blow to Daemen here.
And Raposo takes a seat after committing that foul. He's actually getting some attention behind the bench. So maybe a cramp along those lines. She's stretching out there, so hopefully she's okay.
Carter with rock 22 on the shot clock. Holy Family looking down, goes early in the offense. 12 points in the paint here thus far, but Holy Family 2 for 9 just from beyond the arc. With 12 on
It's
the
the
shot
Holy
clock.
Family fan it is.
Carter tickles the
David fan?
twine.
No, I'm sorry.
The third trifecta and the first for Carter in this ballgame.
Well, Carter's playing in her third straight NCAA tournament
47-12.
this year and last year with Holy Family, the year before that with the College of St. Rose before they closed their doors. So she knows what it is to play in this environment.
So in a blink of an eye, look, Daemen was just down by 10, and now it is a 15-point lead for Holy Family. Hinkle gets it knocked away inside, kicks it back out. Good ball movement here by the Tigers. 18 on the shot clock, 4:47 left here. As that ends up in the hands of Buntley. Buntley, 2-on-2 fast break. Buntley, coast-to-coast special delivery. for Nevea Buntley, the 5'10" sophomore forward.
Yeah, Searfoss doesn't make many mistakes, but that time she just let Buntley get deep penetration. Rule number 1, defending a fast break, stop the
Still
basketball.
plenty
She
time
knew that.
left to go,
Buntley now
but
3 for 4 from the floor for 6 points.
the game
Leading
and
all
everything
Daemen
started
scores while
the
Meredith
whole
with 8, leading Holy Family. And they're
The whole
ratcheting up the
third
defense.
quarter,
Here
fourth
are the
quarter,
Wildcats. And they get another turnover, back-to-back turnovers here.
I mean,
Can they capitalize?
Montgomery's had hands on probably about 6 or 7 balls in the half court. She is just so good at getting into a spot, getting a hand up, and getting a piece of the basketball.
Well, it is being cut down the lead in this second frame.
Well, you know that Daemen is going to respond and come back. Holy Family just has to keep their poise and continue to lean on the things they do well.
4 minutes and 8 seconds
In
left
particular,
in
defensive
the
rebounding.
second
Plus 9 on the
half,
glass right
in
now.
the second quarter.
They've kept Daemen to just
Holy
32%
Family
from the
score.
field,
Holy
for 6
Family
from long
27.
distance. So these are the
Daemen
pillars on which
14.
the Holy Family success has been built for years. The offense, sure, that's nice, but their bread is buttered at the defensive end of things, and right now they're doing a better job defensively, relatively speaking, than Daemen.
Yeah, 8 of the 21 rebounds for Holy Family coming on the offensive end alone, so a lot of second chance opportunities. 5 second chance points for Holy Family to just 2 for Daemen, and a fast break opportunity. It's going to be a little bit too long for Cara Meredith.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea from Kayla Carter, and the idea for Holy Family is to not get caught in those trap situations around midcourt, to advance the ball quickly and try to get Daemen turning and facing the basketball as opposed to keeping it in front of them. And that'll yield some turnovers every once in a while, but you take that gamble as long as the passes are good ones.
14 points in a block now for Daemen after coming in averaging 70 over the last 2 outings, and the deep
Whoa,
3 ball,
crap.
that'll get them back into it. How about Montgomery stepping up here?
Yeah, that's a rare 3 from her. She makes pretty much
Daemen's trying to come
1
back,
3 every
but
2 games, but
Holy Family's not
if
letting
you get
him.
something, maybe that'll galvanize the Daemen offense.
The first triple for Daemen cuts the lead down to just 10, as you see Holy Family going down low and tying that one, Sophie Auer. It's going to be a jump ball, and the possession is going to remain with Holy Family.
I think we're seeing the adjustment of Daemen defensively. Holy Family had spread the floor nicely. They've used the skip pass, and they moved the ball quickly to find open spaces. Daemen is sinking in a little bit, and they're reading plays like this.
Well, here comes Daemen. Nice dime underneath. Can't get the conversion and ends up into the hands of Meredith. So you see Holy Family with that recovery defense there.
Holy Family is
Daemen looks like they're going
points
to cut this lead down to single
in the
digits.
second
Holy
quarter.
Family says not so fast, my friend. 14 on the shot clock, 2:50 left here before the break. Brown. Good ball movement here as they get it down to Pelangio. Pelangio!
Yes.
Just off the window, and Holy Family bumps that lead and back up to 12.
I thought
Not
Daemen
really a big
get
scorer.
the
She had
lead
9
10.
the
Holy
other day in the
Family
victory, and
right back.
if she could chip in with points off the bench like that, that's a huge bonus for Holy Family.
Yeah, Steve, I was just impressed by just the depth. It didn't seem to matter who Holy Family rolled out there. They've just been taking down number 4 Assumption, and then took down the top seed at Southern Connecticut State University with an array of different players, and they go for the 3 ball here. Meredith out of bounds, and
That's great timing by Pikett on the block. Yeah, Bernadette Lockhitis runs 9 players deep consistently, so you're going to see that. Sometimes you'll see the 4 players coming in off the bench, and Hinkle stays out there, but I'm talking about players like Noah and Ibarrondo coming off the bench, Pelangio as well. Daemen, meanwhile, they're 7 deep, and with the loss of Cecilia Laportosa on New Year's Day, it's taken away a big part of what they do.
yeah, she was averaging almost 14 points per outing, 7 boards, but I hadn't played since January
And,
1st.
and it's her length and her defense that helps this team so much.
Desperation, 3 goes! Everything going for Holy Family here, clicking on all cylinders as Ella Brown launches the prayer and beats the shot clock. 32-17 lead now, the largest for Holy Family. And Daemen get back into this. Chapman gets rejected inside. Pelangio working hard on the defensive end. Up to Hinkle. Hinkle tries to get that one in off the foot of Pikett.
This video
Again, a quick advancement.
might go
left-hand
up
pass by
on
Amy
St. Patrick's Day.
again, risking a turnover, but the benefits of getting
I said
the ball out
Wednesday
quickly
at
means that Daemen
first,
can't
but
get into the kind of defense that they want to do. I mean, clearly that was the focus for Bernadette Lokitis in Scout over the last day and a half, to figure out,
go
she's been
back and
watching
forth.
Daemen
But
turn everybody
yeah, it
over.
will
turn
be
Felicia
definitely
over,
be
turn
Wednesday.
Bethany
I'm
over.
sorry,
And right now, their game plan is working.
guys.
Just 11 turnovers for Holy Family in this one, and it's only turned into 6 points. And there's another bucket for Holy Family. They look unstoppable. They are smelling Pittsburgh here. Palangio with the bucket.
I love the entry pass over the top. No weak side help.
Thursday will be another
Trying to get back
basketball
into
video.
it with a 3 ball is Raposo. So now
The three is not really Daemen's game. It's a
I'll
secondary
go to
part of their
the
offense. They're shooting
Judge
28%,
Income
which
Tax
isn't great. They don't have a lot of high volume shooters other than
State
Butler. They haven't seen them
semifinal
get many
game tomorrow
shots.
night.
Bunley
I'll
sits
get
up
some
on 6
clips
points.
from that
She's got
game.
1 triple. She's 3
I'll
for
put
5
that
on
up
the floor.
Thursday.
Brown can't get that one to go. There's going to be a foul underneath. As the fans wanted an intentional one there.
I mean, that maybe wasn't quite as obvious. It's 2 on Chapman. So Nate Butel has now got to deal with some lingering foul issues here. Chapman and Montgomery have 2 each. Fontanillo has 2 off the bench. And for a rotation that goes 7 deep, it gets tougher to juggle things if you start to deal with fouls.
48 seconds remains. 30-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As Buntley with a fast break opportunity. Good recovery by Holy Family here as Pikett takes it strong to the rack and gets the roll. So Pikett going to try and take over here.
And just her second basket. They need a lot more from her. So here's a situation where Daemen can be aggressive, only committed 2 fouls. And they could try to do this here. Raposo tightly on no.
1 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So Holy Family with a 34-19 lead.
Yeah, I mean, those are fouls. That's a whole lot of physical play.
Deep 3. Butter! And another triple. This time off the hands of Ella Brown, the 5'9", a freshman at Percy, Pennsylvania.
On a pretty regular basis today.
You talked about the bench, Steve. 21 points off the pine for Holy Family, just 4 for Daemen. You see Noah out there with 5 points, 2 assists, a rebound, a couple of steals, and just 8 minutes of play. They're getting the production off the bench. Hinkle can't get that one to go at the buzzer. The putback is good, though. Following through the 13th offensive rebound. A Baker's dozen. And Caleb Carter with the putback has Holy Family on cruise control. You could feel the wind behind their sails as Buntley misses that one. And there's going to be a foul on the floor by Sophie Hour.
Well, I know Nate Butel would like to have a deeper bench, and obviously I don't want to talk on it, but the loss of Cecilia Lapratosa eventually was going to tell. They've been fantastic since that game on New Year's Day. They've lost just 1 game since then. But the deeper
never had it before.
the tougher it gets, and the more stress it puts on other players, especially when you think about what Lapratosa brings to the table. And when you face a team like Holy Family that does go deep, eventually that tells. It's inevitable.
I don't know what kind did, but
Yeah, Coach Lokitis, 21-game winning streak, including the CACC tournament.
look at that.
2025-2026
Good
CACC
part, John.
Coach of the Year has advanced to the tournament semifinals in 6 of her first 7 seasons, including the championship game. Holy Family captured its first CACC championship a decade last season. Earned a berth in its first NCAA tournament. They're in their second, and they're looking to go to the Elite 8. And with under a minute here in the third, they are on fire, teasing their first 20-point lead of this ball game.
Yeah, that's breaking the first line of pressure and attacking the basket.
Okay,
It's a
but
2-on-1 with Carter by turning and facing immediately when she gets the basketball as the outlet, and not just looking for somebody on the wings or somebody further back and settling it down. They've been so good at that, Holy Family, taking advantage of those chances. And for Bernadette Lokitis, coaching her alma mater, to be able to potentially take them to the Elite 8, wow, the history of the program is something special. And to be the first one to do that as ours goes off the inbound, that will mean a lot to her, even if she deflects all the credit to her team, which she will, by the way.
Unselfish play by her players right now. 3 double-digit scorers for Holy Family. Brown leading the way with 12 points, 4 for 6. Every single make she's had from the floor has been from beyond the arc in just 10 minutes. Steve, I'm no math major, but that's more than a point a minute for Brown on the floor. Two other double-digit scores. Carter with 11. Searfoss with 10 now. On the flip side, Pikett has 11. Buntley now has 10 in this ball game. But it has just been too much Holy Family.
Yeah, you know, you say there's strength in numbers. Sometimes Al-Qaeda has made a commitment to go to play 8 or 9 players on a regular basis. It's working.
And you talked about how the coach won't take the credit, and it translates over to the unselfish play.
Play next
He
Tuesday.
only 2 points in this ball game, but now 13 rebounds, and that was her 4th dime underneath, and it was a beauty to Palante, who's a 64% free throw shooter on the season.
She's
This is
just
safe to say.
She's somewhat unheralded. She's a little undersized in a sense for being an interior player, but she's added things to her game over the years. She's become a complete player. You know, to me, if I have a vote on it, and the way I do, she's the player of the year in the region. To me, she is because she does so much for the team.
Well, she's coming off that CACC Player of the Year honors. WBCA All-American, 3-time CACC First Teamer, 2-time D2 CCA All-East Regional Team, second teamer that is, and she would be a good pick here. Unselfish play, leads the squad in points, rebounds, and field goal percentage, and she's got her Holy Family Tigers up by 8 as we head into the final frame. Who is heading to the elite stairs to Chris? Gentlemen. Holy Family out rebounding 17 and a baker's dozen of offensive boards. 13 of the 38 rebounds have come on the offensive glass, Steve. And it's going to take a yeoman's work here. And Daemen right off the bat here to the opening final frame.
In the fourth quarter.
Look at that one, the fall. Pikett got hit in the face in that one, much to the chagrin of the fans here today. And what ball movement down to Brown once again. Brown. Hey, Brown can score from the field too. I mentioned all her buckets for beyond the arc. That is our first bucket from the floor. 12 points in the ball game for Brown.
There you ask, what can Brown do for you? She can score 14 points off the bench in a regional finals. What she can do for you?
12 of those coming from beyond the arc. It's her first bucket from the floor, but tipping that in. Buntley trying to keep her squad in it. Now has a dozen in this one to go along with 4 steals, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds.
Yeah, it's pretty much has to be all-out pressure from Daemen all the time. You don't have to force a gaggle of turnovers, turn the points at the other end. For Holy Family, it goes back to the line number 1, 2, and 3 on the scouting report. Take care of the rock. They've done it really very well today, despite turning it over 18 times. I haven't allowed Daemen to hurt them too much in that area.
And Daemen only turned that into 17 points thus far, and they also struggled from the charity stripe. But a fast break opportunity here now. And getting hit hard was Montgomery.
Yeah, that's fine. Give that foul for Carter, no problem. Make her earn free throws at the line, especially because Montgomery is a 54% free throw shooter. And that's where you stop the momentum there and force them to make free throws.
Yeah, Wildcats have struggled here today from the charity stripe. Only made 2 of 5 shooting, and only 20% from beyond the arc, 3 for 15.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that they're just not making them. They're not getting there very often.
Right on cue, she gets the first one to go, though. Like I mentioned, a 54% free throw shooter on the season, leads the squad in assists per game at 2.7, which is 10th in the ECC. Coming in 18 points, 10 steals, really doing it on the defensive end here. And they're going to need her to clamp down on defense. If Daemen wants to get back into this one, trailing by 16. The largest lead for Holy Family was 20.
Just look how far out on the floor Daemen is trapping. You've got 3 players out there in the midcourt trying to trap 1 ball handler.
Spending a lot of energy.
You know, if Holy Family can get that ball over the top, especially before the trap gets there, it's easy money at the other end.
Doherty kicks it back out. They're going to take a deep 3. I think extra charges may apply on that one on long distance style.
Is that when you have a transponder on it? You know, I'm a little surprised to see Raposo on the bench right now because she's a Montgomery. I know maybe she needs a little bit of a breather, but you know, if you need those extra possessions, I'm surprised not to see her on the floor right now.
2 minutes into the final frame. 16-point lead. Gets cut down once again. So
how about Sophie Auer? A quiet regional so far through 5 halves, 11 points all since halftime.
Yeah, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc as well. Perfect. Also has a rebound and an assist as well. Can Daemen make the miraculous comeback here? Deep three from Meredith. That one off the back of the iron into the hands of Montgomery. Here comes Montgomery, shot out of a cannon. Looking for a place to go inside. Kicks back over to Pikett. And a battle for the loose ball underneath. That looks like it's going to be in the hands of Daemen. They're going to call jump ball on the floor. 7:25 remains.
That is not for the faint of heart when the ball is on the deck today.
It is a rugby scrum down there.
It's a last piece of pizza in the press box. Okay, that's what we got down here. Everybody wants it.
Looks like me and Tim McCafferty going for the last slice. 7:25 remains.
Who got it, by the way?
Daemen, you know Tim did. Come on.
He's quick when it comes to
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Well, Daemen came out here in the fourth, outscoring a Holy Family 6-2 into this one. They're shooting 50% from the floor, while Holy Family struggling in this third quarter, shooting just 25%. They shoot 46 total. And that three ball tickles the twine. Buntley now heating up with 15.
Well, they had a good start to the third quarter, and a good start to the fourth quarter. So plenty of time here, 11 points, not that much.
A 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds has Daemen right back into this one. Steve, they probably want to get at least down to single digits in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, just keep chipping away. You know, win a couple of possessions, get it down in some single figures, and continue to just push, and try to turn them over.
Well, pushing they are doing. How about Daemen? 11-2 run over the last 3 minutes and 17 seconds has them just trailing by 11. A lot of people to thank, especially our host here, Southern Connecticut State University, Director of Athletics Terrence Jones, Associate Director of Athletics and Communications Ken Sweeten, Associate Director of Athletics for Facilities Joe Hines and Jay Toriano. Athletic Communications Assistants Siobhan Gilmore and Ben Martin. Our producer of the day, Sam Trumbly. And they put on quite a show here. Southern Connecticut State University did as well. And look, they're gonna get some much well-deserved and needed sleep after this 7 minutes and 7 seconds as Holy Family looks to head to Pittsburgh. The winner of the East Region is going to head to the Elite Eight at UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, March 24th. And the championship will be crowned on March 28th.
So, you know, last time Daemen came back like this, we saw them pull to within 9, just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Holy Family immediately answered with the next 8. Now we've got an 11-point game, and it's another opportunity for Holy Family to respond. Every time the challenge has been put to them, they've come up with an answer. Let's see what they do coming out of this timeout.
Well, the Wildcats were looking for 2 straight this season after they won in November. Holy Family looking for 2 straight in the NCAA tourney. They're going to take them down 2 straight times, and Holy Family under 7 minutes away of doing so. Deep three. That one off the back of the iron now. Holy Family 8 for 23 from beyond the arc.
A pretty decent look for Ella Brown, who's shooting the ball well today. But Daemen's done a nice job of cutting off Holy Family penetration in this little stretch here.
Yeah, Brown has half the trifectas made for the 8.
And they've also defensive rebounded consistently for the first time, maybe all day.
They go back to Buntley now with 15 in the ball game. They do. Buntley down low. The shimmy shake underneath. So, right, it is single digits earlier than Steve predicted. He was looking at his crystal ball, and it is just a 9-point lead, and off to the races. Here comes Holy Family. Can Daemen hold them off? You see that tip ball go. A lot of energy being expended here just to get back into this ball game, Steve.
Yeah, but Holy Family is playing Daemen's game right now. It's a dangerous game to play, too. They're a little loose with the basketball. They need to get their focus back and their poise back.
They get it back to their superstar, Hinkle. Hinkle with a nice dime underneath. Brown can't get that one to go. After looking like she couldn't miss, Brown misses her last 2, but she's going to head to the line for a pair.
Now it's good persistence. The Tigers have been good at crashing the glass on both sides, and Brown gets free throws as a result. And now Searfoss back on the floor, replacing Carter. And Searfoss is, again, that player that will settle things down, get them into their offense, make sure that they make good choices. They need her on the floor. You know, it's tough for her to play. She suffered lots of injuries over the years. She missed a full season with a knee injury. Her physical capacity is not what it was before. She also has some other health issues. So getting her on the floor is a huge win for Holy Family. They need her on the floor here if they close this out.
Absolutely. Her stellar career started out with the CACC Rookie of the Year. She was the D2 East Hoops Rookie of the Year as well. She has over 900 points down, over 337 boards. How about the 5'8" senior, Searfoss from Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. But not so fast, my friend. Daemen looking to get back into this. Let's see if they can get it at the charity shirt where they were 4 for 7 on the day. Montgomery, a 54% free throw shooter. She is 2 for 4 today. Only 2 players, Pikett and Montgomery, have made it to the charity stripe, where the squad is shooting 57%. Can't get the first to fall. And you're going to need that one. As Daemen, look, they're on this 11-2 run over the last 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Daemen's getting out-rebounded 41-20 in this one. They might keep going back into the blocks, which is 4 for 17 from beyond the arc, but they have 32 points in the paint. And it's just a 10-point cushion right now for Holy Family. Can they close it out? The only lead for Daemen, 2-0 early in the first. It has been all Holy Family as they look to head to Pittsburgh to the Elite Eight. Almost a turnover. Hinkle somehow manages to get that one. Good ball move, but Pikett, talk about the defensive player of the year stepping up here and threads the needle down to Auer. Auer kicks it back out. Buntley off the front of the iron. That went into the hands.
That's the problem when you're facing a big deficit. Not quite every shot, but you need to make open looks like that. Buntley had a pretty good opportunity there. Get that when it's down to 7, but it takes time off the clock. It gives Holy Family a chance to run their offense and get some points back at the other end.
Yeah, Daemen fifth best in the ECC.
At 20.
Around 28% from behind the arc. So it's not necessarily their forte. They like to go down low early and often. Daemen 70 points in the paint over the last 2 outings. They're not getting their points off of turnovers as they usually do. 21 turnovers for Holy Family, but only 20 points for Daemen.
This is such a physical game. We saw that the car crash in the lane that time. Searfoss took her time getting up, trying to make sure all the parts are there. Hinkle, the same thing. It is again very physical, especially when the ball gets in the paint. You have a lot of people converging in a small area, and nobody shining on contact.
Did a pretty good
Holy
job.
Family heading back to the line, 9 for 10 today. They have just been spectacular. And that one drops in for Searfoss, 80% free.
I'm probably going to stop this, guys. That's it. Well,
First in CACC,
I don't know.
with a 2.49 assist to turnover ratio, 6th in D2. She's just been doing it all, and she's just stepped it up, as I mentioned, against top-seeded Southern Connecticut State University.
Alexa,
Points.
what is 16 plus 30?
16 plus 30 equals 46.
Pikett kicks that one out. Montgomery can't get the 3 ball into the hands of Buntley. Buntley bully ball inside, can't get it to go into the arms of Brown. Like you said, what can Brown do for remains? 4 seconds on the shot clock. And
Searfoss careful not to dribble into a double team, but
tries to take it herself. Hits the deck, lead. Digits.
double teams coming and get rid of the ball before they materialize.
A trip to the ACC versus the ECC. Nice backdoor and another pass. Fire up the buses, Philadelphia. You're heading to Pittsburgh.
Oh my God! Yes!
Holy Family just 34.2 seconds away from heading to the Elite Eight at UPMC, Pennsylvania.
I could just see Bernadette Lockitis right now. She's just trying to keep it all calm and cool right now. All business. Coach the last 34 seconds, but the lid is ready to pop for her.
Let's go.
Sense it right there. The faces on the bench, the energy. I mean, this is going to be one hell of a celebration that's been 22 years in the making for Holy Family University women's basketball.
And they're looking for their 30th win here. 29.8 seconds remain for the 30 wins on the season. They went play tough. You're talking about 2 lower seeds, and Holy Family being the 5th seed, Daemen being the 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually the first time the 3 against the 5 in this regional final ever. History there. It's sort of esoteric history, but it is history. Trip to the Elite Eight, CACC's finals. They're going to play hard, they're going to play smart, and they'll represent the region properly.
Ella Brown coming off the pine with 18 in this one. 22 seconds remaining. That deep three.
Season 26-4, fifth straight ECC championship. Represented the region well also, but somebody's got to.
One. Oh, stop with one. The East Region Championship. Your final score. Holy Family 78. Daemen 62.
Starting on March 24th.
They're going to the Elite Eight. Let's go, Tigers!
On March 28th.
And the bench scoring for Holy Family, the rebounding, handling Daemen's pressure.
Congrats, Holy Family! Women's basketball team! You are the elite! You are the East Region Championship and going to the Elite Eight! Well played! Well, great job, ladies!
Back in black.
Great job!
Want to run the table in Pittsburgh with that as they are dancing on the floor.
Keep dancing on around!
The Elite Eight as they take down the.
That's Holy Family's women's basketball team for winning the East Region Championship. Well deserved, ladies. Great job.
Over the last two games of this NCAA tournament for a senior from Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, who started her career as the CACC Rookie of the Year and battled through injury after injury and setback after setback and became the most outstanding player of the 2026 NCAA East Regional for women's basketball. Can you put into words, Skylar Sirfas, for a moment, what this means to you and to Holy Family University?
Yeah, I mean, this means everything to me. I mean, I couldn't do it without my teammates. This university, I mean, the best coach in the region as well. Coaching staff, they have my back through everything. There was times where I wanted to quit, but these girls and these coaches never let me give up.
I feel like this East Regional is emblematic of your time at Holy Family. No quit, no surrender, 0 points in that first game, and you come back to dominate the last two. Can you just talk about your mindset of all the things that you've been through? The sideline, put into words how you're feeling at this moment. Holy Family, for the first time in the history of the program, in 5 tries in a regional championship, ends up the victor.
You know, today was about more than just us. We all knew that. It's always about the people who built it before us, I had the pleasure of coaching, but also just those who've been watching us all year long. They knew that we were special. So to be able to do it for our university, for this region, I mean, there's no better feeling as an alum to be able to come back and do it with this special group. I mean, it's been time after time that they just stepped up.
It's, you know, you played under Mike McLaughlin, who's now the head coach at Penn. You followed him there. How important was it to do something not only that he never done, but it had never been done in the history of the program in 5 tries to finally? These are hard. It's hard to win these things. What is it like for you right now?
I mean, it's one of the dreams that, like, you never think are going to come true, right? As a player, as a previous coach, as an assistant with Mike, we know how hard these are. And we just really focus on everybody. It was not about us. It was about everybody we knew.